hope you all continue to feel the beautiful effects from our experiences today and see as we continue progress throughout the weeks and months how
Mm.
your intuition becomes stronger and you are recognizing and trusting more in yourself and in the process. And next up, we have our beautiful practitioner, Katherine Flynn. So we're going to let Katie come on. Hi, Katie.
Hi, Katie.
How are you guys again?
It's good to see you again.
Yes, you guys are doing a wonderful job. It's been amazing, amazing people that have been presenting. So it's been really good to watch and see. Today, for those of you that looked at the calendar and at the schedule, Natalia Grace is very ill right now, and so we're sending her all positive energy and hoping she gets well very quickly.
Mhm.
And I said I would step in for her during this time. And for those of you that were on at the beginning, you heard I channel druids. And so we're going to give a little bit of a druidic spin to this activation and realigning to the grid. So as many of you know, that there's a grid across the whole entire planet and universe, and there's an energetic grid, there's ley lines, and we have very similar things in our bodies. So we've got, our chakra line, we've got the energetic rod, as the druids call it. We've all these different meridians that go all over and really tap into that. So when you are really leaning into that and when you're really connected to the grid, that is when you can really be able to really feel that alignment, and your intuition is going to grow, and your just abilities are just going to really begin to really open up and can flourish because we don't have those blocks. I explain it, it's like, a roadway. I've lived in a lot of major cities in the country, and so when you just have a straight shot from one spot to another, you can go really fast and you can get there. But when you have all of these turns and these slowdowns, and then there's road construction, it really makes it hard to get where you need to go. So just like your car has to slow down so you can get where you need to go, the same thing kind of happens with our energy. We're kind of missing that key in there for that. Uh, today I really want to get all of you guys really centered and to really open up those meridians and open up that grid line, and how you work within the grid lines of the world. That is a very different thing for people to have. I get a lot of questions on that, but it's really about understanding that even on the earth, we have an energetic grid. And so it's really laid out, and we are just like one little energy piece on that whole grid of what's coming on. So, are you guys ready to get started?
Yes, we
Yeah.
are.
Okay. All right. Okay. So everyone get super comfortable wherever you are, if you're sitting down or if you're, laying down or however it is for you. And really just feel yourself rooting into the earth. Allow that earth energy to really flow over you. Let it come in and let it truly ground you. For though we are souls of the celestial and ether realm, our bodies are earth. The makeup of who we are is earth. And allow for yourself to just feel that warm Mother Earth energy surrounding you. And as you feel it holding you and nurturing you, allow for yourself to feel you are being pulled up. Your energy is being pulled up till you feel a spark. And when you feel that spark, you have hit the energetic grid of the planet. And with that spark, connecting with what that feels like for you. Did you get a shiver down your spine? Did you get did you get tingling in your fingers? And just feel that connection really be there to just really align with where you are and feel that energy pouring in. And know wherever you go on the grid, you're always connected in. So sit with that for a moment to just feel all of that energy coming into you, to really be connected with you. Now, as you're feeling that energy coming in, you feel it's built up inside of you. It has gone down all of the different pathways of your body, down through all your chakras to root you down into the ground. Feel it go down all the meridians and the ley lines of your body, connecting all of your different organs, all of your different ligaments and bones, all of those energy lines truly connecting you where you need to be. As you almost feel recharged, and know the energy is not stagnant, let it flow right back out of you again. Out your fingertips, your toes, out your root chakra, back into Mother Earth. Just let it flow out. And as it's flowing, allow that energy to maybe tweak or fix anything that's maybe off alignment for the energy. If you so wish, you may give it permission to do so. Allow it to just realign everything back to what it was before. Know there's plenty of energy, so it can shift out so new can come in. To align yourself to truly what is there and what is needed. Allow for yourself to truly be one with who you are and what you are as you feel all of that realignment coming in and going to where it needs to go. As you feel that realignment, check in with your body to see what is it that maybe needs a little bit more energy in a spot. Where do you fall on the grid of your body? And then as you reach up back into the grid you're connected to above, through that piece that goes up through your head, is there anything within the orbit where your energy can realign to? to allow for you to be in the spiritual sense, your intuition, your guidance. You are connected to the other beings that are here. Allow for yourself to truly be connected and one. And as you're feeling recharged, as you're feeling truly regritted again, I want you to allow for that opening to the grid to stay open, as it will allow for the energy to flow in. Feel that nurturing embrace from Mother Earth, knowing it is always there, as she is always part of you and always connected to you. And as that comes together, know you can always tap into this energy, space, and time. I want you to sense that energy lightening slightly as you come back into this realm, knowing you are always connected, knowing you are always where you need to be, as you may open your eyes and truly become one with the space you are in.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome. I saw some movements from the people that I could see.
Yes, girl. It was so lovely when you mentioned something about maybe feeling the energy come in initially at the beginning. It's like I saw it, and then you were speaking, and you think you said you might feel it come down your spine,
Yeah.
and I watched this little white light just come all the way down, and all of a sudden my spine, like, had the full chills, and then my body was just adjusting to it, so oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Well, this is fascinating, so I'm kind of familiar with it, being a channeler and all, but do you wanna share with those that might be new? Do you wanna speak to what it means or just the experiences when our bodies will adjust and move with the frequencies?
Yeah, absolutely. So our bodies are all energy, as we know. We're made up of mostly water. I think we all learned that in elementary school. And so we know our water conducts energy. So as this energy comes in, it really allows for that water to move it where it needs to go and it to flow through. And because we're all gridded, hopefully people have heard people talk about energy meridians, and we talk a lot about Reiki energy. Well, that all flows through those areas. And so this kind of activation we just did really allows for that energy to flow in and keep it flowing. And if you allow for that spire at the top of your head to kind of keep you connected to the grid, it really allows for that energy to flow through. So you're not always feeling that connection. I know a lot of people will say, if you're feeling tired, go ground, go get in Mother Earth. And that's one part of it. It's like feel that nurturing energy of her. But then the other part is tap into the grid above too, or to things that will allow for that energy to flow. And that will really help kind of move things around and let your body get that peace. People talk a lot about energy healing, and which is a very, very real thing. I have had amazing experiences with it. And so it really allows for that. That's just more energy coming through. Now it's coming through another conduit of a person, but this can kind of work in a similar manner where it's coming just through another one. So the places that you can pick up these energies to realign to the grid are really endless. It's just about your intention and just really feeling it. So a lot of those clairs, Amy, you talked about earlier, when you touch something, you can have that sense of, yes, this is where I am, and this is what I'm definitely needed at this point in time.
Oh, thank you. Yes, yes. And it just reminds me of kind of like one of the themes from the information is spirit but body, and how we really with our intuition are working with all of our faculties, all aspects of self. It's so powerful.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So if anybody has any questions, we love to take questions in the chat. And Catherine, I was gonna just ask you,
Yeah.
like, do you have some tips that might be coming in to support those that are starting to tune into their intuition? Like, we all have it, but maybe they
Right.
want to go deeper.
Yeah.
And actually feeling for those who maybe want to start doing readings, or
Mhm.
accessing spiritual information in that sort of a way.
Yeah. One thing is really stay open to what comes to you. There's so many times where I'll hear people say, well, that was a coincidence. And I'm always like, there are no coincidences. I personally only believe in synchronicities. There's a reason why something's happening. And so if you hear, you hear something that your grandfather would have said, they say a phrase, and you're like, my gosh, like that is something he would have said. Well, is that a message to you? Because now he's in your thoughts and now you're thinking about him. So is that something that was part of it? So it's really all about this. How do we really, how can you recognize those things? And there's some really fun exercises that I give some of the students that take my classes about intuition. And the first one is every night write down three things that could possibly happen. Yes or no answers. You're going to get to work without hitting a red light. Your children are going to get up before their alarm clocks, so that you're not trying to wake them up to get to school. It's three simple things that are not major things that happen. If it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. We don't want to, put our lives on this. And at night, really kind of go into that meditative state, really feel yourself opening up to the universe and to what is there, and write down yes or no. What is that going to be? Go to bed, don't think about it. And the next day, when you go to bed, look and see what happened. Were you on? Were you off? Did it connect in with you? And that will really allow for that energy and for you to get those right. And I always tell people the first day you get all of them right, the next day you're going to get all of them wrong because that's where ego's going to step in. Go, man, I did it. But it really just allows for that sense, and for you to kind of be able to tell with that energy that's coming in, when is it your intuition and when is it more of your ego driven, or just your mind getting in the way, going, well, that would never happen. So throw something that you think could never happen on there. Maybe you say, you hear, oh, maybe a friend from grade school is going to reach out, and you're like, I haven't talked to them in since we were in third grade. And who knows, maybe they pop up, they send you a message, through social media or something, but write those random things down. Don't make it something that is going to happen. Don't put, I'm going to get to work in under 20 minutes. Well, if it only takes you 5 minutes to get to work, it's probably going to happen. So, yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love this. Yeah, it's so nice to do these little exercises, because then we start to sense within our system how we're tuning in. And this is like so important, because as you build that up, when the big things come, you're going to be able to feel more comfortable and confident in the messages you're receiving, because you've developed that trust and that relationship within yourself as to how you're accessing the info. So Catherine, there is a message in here from another Catherine. She said, so there's a grid below up and a grid below us. Is that accurate? How would you describe the grids that we connected in with today?
So I believe there's multiple grids that we're kind of all working in because we're all different energies. So there's not just a few, but the ones we really connected in today were the ones that are kind of in Mother Earth. so that are really connected down deep within the grounding energy that's there. And then the one that's just kind of above us in that realm for us to tap into to bring it through. But those are just two grids that we worked with today, but there are many, many more. Like our bodies hold another grid that is different. So there's a lot of other places that you can get it. But those are just two that we worked with today, that are probably the most common that I find and easiest for people to tap into. But if you really connected with these grids and this activation, really kind of work on then where can you tap into other energy grids at, where are they at? And they're simple, and for people that are visual people, I always say, think about a true, like, grid, think about the telephone poles. They just one after the other down and then they cross, so you can keep it very simple if you're more of a visual person to understand it, but just really know that because we're all connected, because there's so much there and we are all energy, it's just about tapping into those places to really allow for you to go where you need to go in the energy that you're looking for.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. The grid above, because there are so many grids. So would
Yes.
you describe the one that was above us today? Is it more within the earthly, like human realm for what we're doing here in this
Yeah.
lifetime, or is it beyond at a higher spiritual plane?
I would call the one today more in the earthly human realm about this lifetime. Obviously, you can always connect into others. I wouldn't call it like there's also an energetic like constellation grid, I call it, which is about all of your lifetimes.
Yeah.
And so that one is very different because you've got different patterns that are coming down. But yeah, this one is more about this lifetime, but that doesn't mean it's not connected to something in another lifetime. Um, I always think that, because we are kind of working in many different lifetimes almost simultaneously, or at least energetically in that way, that they can come forward, or it can be a pattern or something else that's showing up.
Perfect. Yes, that's what I was sensing because it helped me to feel connected here, like in the
Yeah.
body and connected with earth grounding. And I
Yeah.
think that that's so powerful when we are looking for information or, like the next step to take, that we're focused in this reality.
Yeah.
So it's kind
Yeah.
of easy to go out.
It's really about, the clients I work with, I'm all about, we came in to incarnate in this particular body in this lifetime. And this is where this particular consciousness resides. So I tell people, we always, I hear people say, oh, I'm a spiritual soul. I'm
Mhm.
spiritual, but I'm in this body, but I'm really focusing on the spiritual side. It's like, but sometimes we need to look at how does the soul reside in the body? Like we came in with this physical, manifestation and this lifetime and this path and purpose, and we can learn from all of our other lifetimes, or our soul or our higher self, but it's like how can we really expand and grow within this one we're in, and embrace the human form and the humanness of us as we, because as we embrace it and that human side and grow and fulfill our purpose and our learnings and all of our things we needed to do, how do we do that to really step into the next, so we step into the next lifetime knowing, wow, I did all of this, I embraced it, and I'm ready to have that soul growth that we came here to do.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. And just I'll share as a channeler for those who maybe are starting, why is it so important? Well, for me, when I'm grounded and I'm centered in my body, helps me to really know my own self, like what is mine. Therefore, when I then sense information and energy related to others, it's a clear distinction. And also, as we mentioned, like at the beginning with being empathic, it also helps you to get that strength with what is yours, what isn't yours, so you might not be feeling extra anxious throughout the day. I know for myself, like that's one symptom when I'm picking up other people's energies. I start to feel extra anxious and this little flutter at my heart because it's like reading. It's like, oh, there's a foreign there's a foreign energy here. And so it's able to those are my cues in life to be able to discern what's mine and what isn't. And so that grounded, sound, beautiful, fresh flow of energy that you connected us with, just I loved what you were sharing, Catherine, when you said the energy is just never ending, like more energy come in, energy flush out. And I saw that visualization about 3 times. That's what I saw in the session. And it was so cleansing. I really appreciated it. Also, we have a few more minutes left. If there's
Yeah.
anything else you want to share or any questions that you guys have, you can set them here. But that I have to say was gorgeous. I so
Well,
appreciated
thank
it.
you. Oh, well, thank you. I want to thank you guys for being willing to kind of take part in this. I know there's been a lot of activations, a lot of energy work today. But I think for people that are watching, I think it'll really, hopefully really help them to kind of clear through some of that stagnant energy that's there. And for everyone, I think my last message I'm hearing, as you guys know, as channelers are always tapping us on the shoulder. Um, they're really saying to really embrace the energy you have and allow for the energy to come in and, allow it for it to be seen and flow. I think a lot of times we stifle it as humans and in different places we're at or society or times in our life and just really let that flow because that's your vibrancy. That is who you are. So
Mm.
that is really key.
Mm. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
Ah, I'm
you.
so shifted. That was so beautiful. Send
Thank
some hearts and likes across the screen for Katie, everybody. I mean, that was so potent, powerful.
you.
Yeah, girl.